Hey, I'm Cyclon, and today I want to share with you how I liquefy my mapping sessions. So after I've got everything run, I just wanted to make a quick video how I am doing this. Now this will just be doing it live. There will be likely no cutting, likely no speeding up. So I'm just gonna be doing this, and I don't know how long the video will be. So what I usually start with is I sort out everything that I don't actually intend to sell, either because I have too little of it or because I might be using it myself. So all these small currencies that I just don't feel like selling, I'm gonna be taking out. It could be a good idea to do this or it could be a bad idea. It's just usually how I do this. Now, I will mention that by no means my way to liquefy things is perfect. I'm doing it in a fairly decent state, but by no means in a perfect state. Also, for you who is likely not using a testing setups where you have a separate currency stashes for your things, you very likely don't have to sort everything out. This is something that I usually do. So now that we have things sorted out, we're gonna be starting to price things that gonna sell fairly decently and that we want to get rid easily. So for example, we set the currency tab to public and we say 1 divine for 250 chisels. Then we can do 1 divine. Now, something that we also need to note is that sometimes pricing in chaos can be more efficient, but a divine means less trades, meaning you can do more, you can sell it quicker. So you need to make a choice between maximizing selling potential or getting rid of it quickly. And that really will be for everything. Oh, I definitely will need. Here, example, you could be getting 280 chaos for 200, or I can get 1 divine for 200. So if I go for selling them for chaos, I will likely be losing 70 chaos, but it will very likely sell quicker and in bigger amounts. So now we have less than a divine. Like again, you could be selling them for chaos. If you really need currency, do sell for chaos price, things like that. But if you are gonna be overall fine, you can sell in divine to get rid of it quicker. Dang, and alt's really going down in price. Right, now that we priced most of the currency, we can start with the next step in a moment. And really just again, depends on what you want to do with it, how quickly you want to get rid of it. For the sake of this video not being too long, I will likely price most of things in divines and just stash the rest. For that is my trade limit. So while the trade limit is going down, we can work on the quad tab. So here we can start sorting things out, doing the vendoring, getting rid of what we don't want to sell, and likely walling some currency while we are at it. Or not currency, walling some items. What I like to do is first I get all the uniques I gonna wall anyway. Fill up my inventory nicely. It's already corrupted. This one isn't corrupted yet. So because of this leak, uniques don't really sell for much. Some at least still sell for a lot with the right corruption on them. So that's why I'm just pretty much wall everything across the board. Because with the right corrupt, you might be getting a few divines out of it. And otherwise, I'm really trying to not do any sells for under a divine at the moment. Pretty much just bricks. So we got $54 for 3. Apparently I mispriced those. In bigger bulks, they seem to go for 1 to 17. Yeah. Gonna get the rest on 17 before I sell everything for that much. But again, the question of, do you want to go quick or get maximized out of it? What do I even want to sell to this guy? Don't see his name. I have no idea what he wants to buy. I think it was an almonds, but I can't find him in my chat. Oh, there. You can see that for everything I'm already getting spammed, so I can't get even to do the other things, but it's okay because the currency will be the biggest factor. Likely one or the other will call me out in the comment section for absolutely underselling something, but like I said again, I think that's okay enough. getting rid of it quickly. And that will allow me to end the video in a timely manner, not have it go endlessly. Alright, let's price the rest. 1 to 25. I don't know if those sell for the vines. Now, if you're doing things differently, you could also always just do selling things in the vines, but also do it while running. You don't have to first do all the running and then do all the selling. No, there you go. Alright, let's price the rest of these. Also, for the very likelihood that somebody is asking how I can click so quickly, you are, as far as I know, are allowed to rebind your left click to mouse wheel. Meaning that if you just have your mouse wheel scrolled up and down, you get more left clicks in. Resulting in a faster trade experience. At least so far, I don't know anybody that actually got banned for rebinding the left click to the scroll wheel. So now we see that some of these things don't seem to get whispers. So either those aren't selling for the vines, or those, like, after I set it down to 1 to 17, nobody whispered. 1 for 18 getting spammed. So in these cases, we can set those up again. The goal here is to not fully scam ourselves, it's just to get it done quickly. Yeah, it's already a good chunk liquefied. Still missing some of the big liquefies, but we will get to those. So now, the currency that didn't got sold yet, we can relist. You can see here, 154 to 160. We can see here, people don't want to buy those in Divine, so let's price those in Chaos too. 270 Chaos. For what was it? 200. And see if that sells. Maybe people just don't want to buy them for Chaos. And well, as I say that I do actually get whispers for them. Convenient. Wait. Who invited I? DZ and okay. Awakened Sextons always sell for a lot. And the last one is then 434. Right, we got this one done. Now we need to get the other one. So that needs a second trade of 480. Alright, then those are sold now too. We're getting a trade for the chaos, for the vaults. Those are already sold enough. Let's bank the rest. Those can sell a bit more. More Warlops. And this is already most of the currency sold. Of course, the currency isn't the only part. I'm intentionally not pricing the chaos yet, because the moment I do that, I will know I'm going to get spammed into oblivion. Okay. Confliction. What he wanted to buy? Fusings. Right. What did Diavolo wanted? Thought I already traded that guy. Alright. I apparently forgot to trade that guy. There we go. Then let's figure out what the other two wanted. 200 tainted jewelers. And what did I promise the last guy? 18 exalted. There we go. Catched up again. Everything that isn't sold, I'm just going to move over to my normal currency tab. For you, likely you will just leave it in there. Almost gave 100 too much. Thankfully, he did not accept too early. What a nice guy. Oh, person. Now that already some of the high demand items sold, things are getting less, and I can start not overlooking them. $540. Then another 200 volts. That was wrong. Alright. Anything that I didn't price yet, those are done. Alright. So we can now move to the next thing. It's getting the Scarab. For Scarabs, I usually take out all the Scarabs that I personally care about first, so that I'm gonna reuse. I'm going to be placing those aside. As I did test out Abyss and I didn't like it, going to pull that back in, and then I'm going to go next and try to bulk sell this completely. Did I still? Yeah, I still have the Chaos. Still have the Eldritch. Wait. 90, yeah. Perfect. Got confused because I hovered in the inventory. 21. And 90. More Divine Soul. Those seem to not sell at all, so we will also be relisting those for Chaos. Like maybe it's a 1 to 6. So let's say 60 to 10, and if that doesn't sell, we go down to 50. Don't have enough anymore for those to sell, so we're gonna stash those. Let's do the TFT selling. For the Scarabs, you could technically make more if you would just if you would sell them manually. But again, it's a question about, do you want your time, or do you want to get rid of it quickly? Where's the bulk entire tab want to buy? $880. Quickly checking this. Life in spell suppression. Spell suppression, rarity, and ignore the evasion rating. Ignore the life. Alright. Here's a trade. Don't have enough for the 280. He doesn't want any more. Nobody more, it's in the party. So we can go back to the Scarabs. Well, the Scarabs is, you need to be careful to not scam yourself too hard. You will definitely, if you just sell them over there, you would make a loss compared to self-selling. but you need to look that you get a decent deal. I like the ones where we offer roughly 100% for ringed and gilded, or 95% for polished up. Don't really like the ones where we go for only 80% or something. Because those are the biggest loss. Those just feel bad. Who else is in the party? Whisperer for my chromatics. Almost done with all the selling of the currency. I'm having an eye on the Scarab tabs. Here I found high Scarabs 95. We're likely going to be going for that. Again, I want too much.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Alright. No. So we are here on TFT. Bulk entire tab channel. Found a person here. So we're gonna open the message. He has high Scarabs for 95. So next we're going to go to TFT bulk. We're gonna be selecting our fragments tab, high Scarab, and entering the 95. We select the tab, and the divine price seems to be up to date. So this is what, but now we need to look because of the ringed. If the ringed are overly of our, we could say that we're gonna be doing only the ringed. So this is what we need to check right now. Need to check that if only the rings is the big portion of this cell, then we should be looking to get those rather for 110 instead of 95. You can see here those are 32 from 28, so this is about half. So we could be trying to, instead of doing it in one trade, doing it in two trades, one for only the rings, one for the rest. The rusted people really don't want to seem to have this leak, so we're going to stash those away and just not be selling them. This is a big cell, we can shove that in. So after this trade we owe 560 more. That's 560. Alright, that's another 200. Another 200 and the last 200. Then we also then again under the threshold that I want to be selling at. So we're just going to store the rest.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Alright, now back to the attempt to sell the Scarabs. So we saw that our rings are a big portion, and the rings can actually sell for 116. So we are going to take the additional workload. And we're gonna say strat fragments, high Scarabs, 116 based on the post we see. Gonna be selecting this. We're gonna be searching for ringed. That did not work. We can see that we likely make about 2 additional divines. Now it's not everything, but we don't want to just make them other too much profit, and we want to keep a little bit of it at least for ourselves. This is gonna be our last sell for those, so we only really have those varied chaos, which don't seem to sell really. And then the tainted fusings, and greater eldritch icons, which don't seem to sell. But this has been mostly currency sold, and it only took like roughly 30 minutes. Oh, I apologize, I missed one. Overpaid 1 chaos. We at least want to offer it back. People will likely say no, but we at least want to give them the chance. We don't know in what state of the league they are at. So we always want to offer the currency back if they do overpay. Those won't be selling, those won't be selling, those won't be selling, those won't be selling. So we just gonna pocket those. Oh well, I'm gonna pocket them. You likely already have them in the proper tab. So this is almost everything sold. As you can see, there's 2 more things, 3 more things we want to sell into chaos, which we're gonna liquefy in a bit. But first, we're gonna be finishing the Scarabs finally. So we have the ringed, we had that person wanting to buy ringed. Oh, we have this guy here, message. And then we're gonna be taking this. So we have here the guy, 116, message. There we go. Now it's actually visible. So we have here our message for 116, all our rings selected. We generate the text. We wait to generate the image. Now it's taking its while. Seems to be correct. This is just the site not loading. We're going to be posting this. And likely going to get a message in a moment. While waiting for the message or see if it doesn't appear, we can continue with the sorting of the stash. So we're going to continue with grabbing things we want to wall. Because we don't want to do the small trades. Of course, if you want to do the smaller trades, you can always just do the trades instead. I'll be opting for the wall. This is again the question of time versus profit per map. That's an interesting one. I think I like this more than this one. Yeah, let's go with this one to keep. At some point we're gonna be getting some interesting vaults. Most of the time we won't. But that's how it is. If the base item isn't really worth anything, might as well wall them. Now again, of course, some people will find this weird. For some people, this might still be money that they need. For other people, it might not be. This one was fun for leveling. Malevolence, aura effect on a ring that you might be using for toxic rain leveling or caustic arrow leveling. Then we can check the dragon fangs. Here's a bricked unnatural instinct. Be needing that. This still worth something. Yeah. Gonna be looking anything where people might be interested in the gem levels. So we got crackling lands. People might be interested there. Oh, we got a scarab guy. So we're gonna be postponing these. $15.75 chaos. Checking Discord. That is exactly that. Thanks.
I'm not up to that just yet.
This is another big section, so we now just need to get the rest of the Scarab sword, so we're gonna be doing the same process. We're gonna be looking back on TFT, somebody that buys high Scarabs. High Scarabs, Stratfrag. Should be polished and gilded. No, those are just gilded. Okay. So we might be stashing the, let's see, Scarabs for 85 is 17 divines and high Scarabs 95. So yeah, we not making more, but keeping the polish seems better, and we can just add the polish the next time, or we can upgrade them or whatever. So now we message here. We click on message, generate the text. Generate the image. Seems to be correct. We've messaged the person. Gonna again be waiting for their message. In game, meanwhile, we could, I guess, turn in div cards. The div cards can be turned in at any time. They are not really running away. But it's something that, just like getting things out of the stash, is a good thing to do on the side. We don't have a full stack for that, so we put this to the side again. Oh, and now I stashed them here, so this was 20 and 18. Because 18 from the fortunate, 20 from that. Just really want to see the final div number. Don't really care about the 10 exalts there or the 10 chaos. Rest of the div cards we can... Those I'm gonna be keeping for a bit longer. Those I can stack, so I see if I have any other full. Any full that I want to turn in now. Could be listing the Fiend, but they... Don't know, maybe I'm gonna do something with that. We'll have to see. Oh, this is something more to vendor. These are to vendor. And hopefully we're gonna get a message in a moment. So I'm not going to stacking the inventory with Dragon Fangs again. Let's see if we got any good here. 12, 12, 13, 10. So here we can do a 3 to 1. Hoping to get a 15. There's a 15, we wall it. Good AoE gems. Is this worth something? 15, 31 AoE. Ignore the rest. It doesn't seem to be any AoE corrupts, so this is something we need to keep and need to check again at a later stop point. I'm gonna wait a bit longer before messaging somebody else about the Scarabs. Oh, wait, he doesn't want those, he wants those. Alright, let's finish cleaning up the dump tab. Still chasing to self-wall this, but with more quantity. So far I didn't got any luck. So we 3 to 1. Anything but 19 and 20s, because 19s also still sell. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So 19, 20, 16, 15, 18. Nothing, nothing, nothing. One more 20. That is something. Got a 1.7 divines maybe. So we can quickly list that. And this one will be for the next round of vendoring. Then we can do the same with the Ventors. Grab everything in the inventory. Now Ventors are usually easy to sell if you underprice them. If you price them properly, they're gonna be taking ages to sell. $280 divine, there we go. One more divine for us. This means we really just need to get rid of these. Which isn't in a hurry, we already got pretty good amount of divines in chaos. Same with the veiled chaos, if they don't sell at the end, it's gonna be okay for me. Can always set them lower if I really need to get them sold. So we got a full inventory of Ventors. Alright, let's see if we got any good ones. Reduce, 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 reduce. It's pretty close to min-max reduce. Pretty much looking for like a 9 to 10 increase, with an increase in rarity and decent resistances to sell. Any increase reduce or reduce reduce isn't really worth it. Here we got an interesting one that might be worth a quick check. It's not. Again, you need to set yourself. It's a 4-1. I want to keep that one just for the sake of it being a 4-1. So I haven't seen a 4-1 yet. I've seen 5-1s, but not 4-1s. 25 and 40. So this might be a divine, but they've been listed the lowest for a divine for 5 days, so I don't know if this one will sell. Selling maps right now. Almost sold a 4-1. Doesn't seem like we're getting any good Ventors today. Or at least on the initial batch. Oh, 540. This could have been a good one if it had more quantity. 935 with high lightning. This might be worth something. This one has positive. The fire and cold are evening it out, and it has a high lightning res. We're gonna be keeping this one because it could be worth something. And we're gonna be vendoring them, and we're gonna be rechecking. This one has triple negative res. This is not on a high demand. This one is a near min-max on reduce and rarity and quantity. Can we get one good one? One really good one out of this. Is 840 good? Not really. Resistance and life is nothing to cry about as well. And the last one isn't any good either. I'm gonna be keeping this one because I think it's a 4-1 is a bit funny. And this one we're gonna be listing for, gonna be trying. This is purely out of what I've seen so far. People really like high lightning resistance because we get fire from the boots and we can get cold from the body armor, but we can't really get fire. So let's see if he still wants that. Unlikely. Likely waited too long. Yeah, we likely waited too long. So we're gonna then be sorting out the last bit out of this tab. These I'm gonna be stacking to sell in a bigger bulk. So they usually always appreciate in value. Don't really care about 74, 75 blueprints. Market doesn't seem to care about them either. Those can just go. Then clusters I'm stashing. Same issue with the tomes. They are low level, so there aren't really much interest in those. Finally we can check the charms. And then finish the Dragon Fangs. Charms are also low level, so I don't want to mix them in with mine. If they're not good, I'm just going to be vendoring them. This one seems to be good. Maybe. Alright, finishing the Dragon Fangs, and then we just need to finish the Scarabs. There's nothing really interesting. I might be selling for a few chaos, might be opening the Void Monkey, but the dump tab is sorted, the div tab is sorted. I've gotten rid of the currency, so the last step after the Dragon Fangs and getting rid of the last few Scarabs is going to be getting rid of the chaos, which is going to be taking a few minutes again after they're listed. But I don't want to get spammed for them while I do other things, so we first gonna be figuring out how to price the gems. So the best way I found to do that is I'm looking for mods that sound interesting, like Crackling Lance, Surrend, Mirror Arrow, Forbidden Ride, Blade Trap, and potentially Snipe. I don't know about Snipe one. So we're gonna be checking those. Doesn't seem like it. So Snipe isn't. Blade Trap. Forbidden Rides. Few more chaos, but still not really big. Crackling Lance. And lastly, Mirror Arrow. Alright, so then we're gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Intimidating Cry, Bane, Frostblink, Sheer Charge. Now we need to check Frostblink. Unlikely, but better check. Bane Gem. One more 1, 2, 3. Frostbite, that's not anything. Let's back to stashing them. Alright, now finally let's list that chaos. Currently looks like 5 is to 100, 1100. So this is what we're gonna be doing because we want to get it quickly, but we don't want to go over an inventory here. We're gonna be doing 5 to 1100. I'm just gonna leave the other things posted. And then we're gonna be checking one more time on TFT if somebody wants to buy high Scarabs. The Krang has still listed that he wants to buy Scarabs, but he didn't want to buy ours. We're gonna be looking for somebody else. And if not, it's not that I need the currency, I just wanted to show it. So likely gonna be sitting on those. So just gonna be finishing the liquefy of the chaos. Video is getting long enough. The liquefying can take its time, which is why, for general purposes, I guess you could say that selling while running is better. I feel like it always interrupts it, so I rather focus on running when I actually do run, and selling when I do sell. If I'm not actively recording things, I could be opening a movie and just let it run on the side, or a series or something, or watch somebody else stream and just wait for things to sell. But I guess at this point, if you're still watching, you're fairly interested in what the Divine Orbs will be, the final amount. So am I. So in the meantime, I can clear up this, because I'd definitely not be using those anymore. I can be grabbing these. Chaos should be being registered as listed in a moment, and then the spamming should start. If I didn't write anything wrong on it, so I'm going to be checking. Nope, looks about right. I have a big bulk. I'm listed for a decent price, so people should start eventually to message me. No, think I'm gonna be running Abyss anymore. We can take those. Where's Abyss now? Abyss going for, looks like 90 chaos. Seems like it dropped a bit. There we go. Chaos is starting. See, it just took a moment and now we're getting our messages. So based on this, there should be roughly 25, taking some away here, so maybe 30 divines. Once everything is sold, setting my final value at about 360, which is not bad. For 60 maps, which 40 of them haven't been really feeling good. If you're curious about that, I did make a different video about that. Didn't saw the Gucci guy actually accepted. Apologize. It's not intentional. Well, I got 4 wisdom scrolls out of this. You're unsure how much you have left of something, I would generally recommend to not do more than 3 of the same trade. You don't over-invite people for the same thing. Right, I can do 2, 3 more trades. Still didn't got anything for the Scarabs, so this is, I guess, what it will be. Might also keep a bit of chaos. And we're like 2,000. Just so I have some spare chaos for things to buy. I'm gonna be doing 1 more trade to have a nice number. And then that will be for my liquefying. Hopefully the video was informational. Don't really think it was. There was much to enjoy here. I mean, it's just liquefying. It's a part of the game. I do prefer to have a trader do it for me. But usually, the bigger it is, the more time you save. But also, it is a pretty big cut that you're giving away. So this is always, again, something you need to balance. And something that, if you do it too often with a trader, the moment you don't have access to one, you're really screwed, because then you keep piling it up. So it's always good to keep liquefying yourself here and there. Just so you don't lose the touch of what your currency is actually worth. Oh, wait. I took 200 too less. Don't want to be scamming anybody. don't think I will be ever recording it again.
I'm not up to that.
I'm just gonna be back referring to this video if somebody wants to know how to liquefy. Because this is pretty uneventful. There's not much to talk, not much to see here. It just lists things either for a divine to sell it quickly, or lists them for chaos if you want to maximize profits. Now, of course, some items do maximize the profits on divines. This is always needs a bit of knowledge. Actually, let's leave it at this. But yeah, 337 divines and 1.7k chaos, which was originally only 163 divines, so that is 210 divines. Yeah, 210 divines in value that we had in the other tabs, plus a little bit more that we haven't really gotten access to yet. But that is okay enough for me. Hopefully, again, the video was informative. I wish you a wonderful day, and I wish you a wonderful year, as we are just at New Year, if you watch this as I'm about to upload it. If not, anyway, see ya. If you have any questions, as usual, comment, Twitch, Discord, PM, or the designated channel. I see you there. Bye bye.